Do you want to start a podcast but you have no equipment? Well, I'll sort that out. Hello and welcome back to the channel, and today's video I'll be showing you a fully free podcast setup to get you started in podcasting. Yes, it may be one that you want to test out a podcast, see how well it does and see if you like it before you want to invest in any equipment, or it may just be you just don't want to spend any money on it, but you still want to make podcasts. Well, that is fine. And today, we're going to be using this. Yes, obviously, your phone, most people have one. Obviously, that isn't free, but most people already have one in your pocket. You might be watching this video on it now, or it might be just in your pocket or on your desk right now, but this is what we're going to be using. So, and using this, we're just going to use one app. Yes, one app to record your whole podcast, edit it, and publish it on the biggest podcasting platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and so on. So how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to do it with an app called Anchor. So Anchor is a distribution platform made by Spotify. You can also record in-app, edit in-app, and post in-app. So what you're going to need is go into your app store. For me, it's the Play Store. For you, it might be the Apple App Store, and just search up Anchor. It should come up, and just install it like so. Once it's installed, you'll need to set up an account with your email or whatever. Okay, once it's installed, open it up. Okay, so we have set up the podcast now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into tools and we're just going to get started. You just have to allow all the permissions as well. So we're just going to record. Also with Anchor you can invite friends, so you can send out a link and they can join your recording. So if you're recording with multiple people, if you're doing an interview, you can still do that within Anchor. So we're just going to start recording, and I do recommend recording, so don't put it up here. It will come out muffled and sound really bad. Just put it a couple of centimeters away from your mouth. So we're going to start recording. We're going to make just a fictional episode with a couple of elements, but let's go. Hello and welcome to the Ethernet Tests podcast. Today on the show we'll be talking about how to have a podcast set up for free. Yes, it's very exciting. We've got some music along the way. Here is Lewis Capaldi's Someone to Love first. Okay, we've got our first segment. So we are going to edit the audio now. So we'll be taken in to the edit tab here. Okay, as you can see, we've got the waveforms in here as well. Okay, so we're going to split it here where we come in. Okay, and we're going to just play. So you can see our pause there. So we're just going to split this there. We're also going to split it here. And where do we end off? Some music along the way. Here is Lewis Capaldi's Someone to Love first. So you can see there was a bit of it sounded like wind. That's when I got too close to my phone. So do keep it a little bit away just to get the best audio there. So we're going to save that now, and then it will split it all up into sections of the intro, as you can see, and then you just need to go through them and cut out the bits the bits that are just empty, or the bits that you want to cut out. So like this. Hello and welcome is the bit before the intro, so we can cut that one out, so we can delete from episode. This is the one that we want to keep, isn't it? Yep, that's the actual intro. That's my pause. That's the pause that I put in as well, so we'll just delete that from episode. And this is just me ending off, so we can also delete that from the episode here as well. So now we've got our two intros. I'll just play it through. Okay, so now we've got the intro. So now the next thing we're going to add is actually music. We're going to search Lewis Capaldi. I don't I don't personally add, but with Anchor you can add music. So I'm just gonna add the song to. So now we can go in. Yes, it's very exciting. We've got some music along the way. Here is Lewis Capaldi's "Someone to Love." So there we are, we've got Someone You Loved, and then we're going to just add one last recording. So yes, that was Lewis Capaldi with Someone You Loved. Hopefully you've liked the first episode of Ethan F's Tests podcast. Subscribe for more. And that was the outro, so we're going to save that now. We're going to call it the outro. So, yes, this is quite a simple one. Instead of Someone You Loved, we've got an intro, we've got a section in the middle, and then an outro. Instead of Someone You Loved, let's say you recorded an interview on Zoom, you could import that from your library. You could add sounds as well. You can add voice messages as well, so your audience can send in voice messages that you can add to the show as well. I think it's ready. We just need to edit the audio again for this outro. Our podcast is ready to publish, which is exciting. I've just done this in 16 minutes, which is pretty good. It's very fast. Obviously, it's a very small podcast. It's just used as an example. So, okay, so that is it. We are ready to publish this, actually, I think, now. So let's click publish. Now you've got the episode ready, you need to name it and put the description on as so. So as I've done, I've just called it Example from Free Podcast Setup Video from the Ethan F YouTube channel, and I've just put the episode number as 1. So let's put next. You do need to set up your podcast fully before you actually upload an episode, and also if you do want to distribute your podcast to more platforms than Spotify, you might actually need to set up an account with them directly and then input it into the Anchor app, because the distribution. And I do recommend actually putting a test episode out before you put your first episode out, just because to get Anchor to distribute to most of the podcast platforms, you have to have an episode on there to verify it as such. So we're just going to put distribute to Spotify. It's just been submitted for review, but yeah, there is my episode. You can go and see it for yourself in the link in the description down below, or head over to anchor.fm/Ethan F Tests. But yeah, this is a platform that I use as well. I use it for my podcast when I do audio. I've not done audio in the last couple of months, but when I do audio, I use this as well. But if you do want to check out my podcast, you can. The link in the description down below, or head over to youtube.com/The Brick Kid Show. So hopefully that's helped you. I've made an episode along with you for free, just using my phone, which is incredible. Yes, obviously some bits of it was like where I got a bit close to the phone. It was a little bit bad audio, but the audio was pretty decent actually from my phone. So yeah, that is my free podcast setup for you guys, so you can start making podcasts very, very easily, and see if you like it, see if you want to upgrade the equipment, or just have a play around with making podcasts on your own. So hopefully you've liked this video. If you have, please do go give it a like. If you are a podcaster, or if you're wanting to start a podcast, or if you're just interested in podcasts, please do subscribe to the channel. We will be back next week with another video, I promise you. But for now, goodbye.